What's up, everybody? It's good to be back, and hopefully you guys can hear me good. Hopefully coming through loud and clear. And we're doing something new. Like, I'm doing this new layout. I know you guys are probably new to it, but actually I should. I feel like every time I start a stream, I always forget something. That means I always forget to turn the light on. So now the light's on. So we're doing a new layout, new theme, and basically with this, what I want to do is very much personalize my stream layout to me. And by doing that, I've made it a point. I need to check one thing. Okay, we're good now. So I had to check one thing. But what I've decided to do with my stream layout is I wanted to have my personalized look, and I use a lot of the Simon Stevens. That's actually that's a remake of Mega Man X2. Opening theme, so I just wanted to use that because I'm a big fan of Mega Man, especially Mega Man X. I love Mega Man X, and I decided to utilize that to, you know, personalize to me. That's why I've got the whole glitch layout too. Hopefully I'm coming through clear, and I'm hoping the audio is good. So if there's anything I need to adjust, guys, let me know. This is the first stream where I'm fully using my Go XLR stream deck, so it's new for me. I'm hoping I sound clear and there's no reverb or kickback. But yeah, what we're gonna be playing today is Fire Emblem Three Houses. My physical copy hasn't come in yet. It's supposed to be delivered tonight, so I figured I'd go ahead and stream the digital copy of it with the season pass, and I figured I'd just go ahead and get into it. And yeah, hopefully you guys like the game, you like the new layout, you like the music. This is in essence me, and yes, even the magenta. I really like the magenta. So with that being said, if you guys are ready, let's go ahead and get into the stream. Simon, how are you liking the how are you liking it so far? And guys, let me know if I need to raise the game volume a bit. This is my first time playing it. I know everybody's been like hopping on it and playing it lately, but this is the first time for me. What's good, Cloudy? Good, man. I'm just playing this. This is my first time playing it. I know people have been raving about it. I'm like, might as well get on into it. Let's go. Best quest in it too. What are you waiting? What's got you waiting, Cloudy? Yo, the animation here is sexy.
Tell me, Nemesis, do you recall the Red Canyon? You'll die. Die.
Bruh.
You took everything that I loved.
Yo, she had no chill right there. I'm a bit in shock.
He's gone now, Mother.
Yo, for real, that section right there really had me like,
bruh.
nah, dude, trust me, I understand how they did with the Bills, man. I'm in one of those situations right now myself, so don't feel left out, bro. I'm right there with you.
Oh my. What could have brought you here? I wonder how you got in here.
So, some of the cool things about the mixer I have here is I'm gonna play it for you guys. So here's some of the cool things I can do with my Go XLR. So like, take it back here. So like, I have this set up so if there's like a really crazy moment, I just press this button here.
Bruh.
Yeah, it plays that audio sound. And then like if it's a really fucked up moment, or a really not really fucked up moment, but if it's really one of those one of those moments where like someone says something super like stupid in the game or wherever, I can just be like
You serious?
yeah, I can do that. Or like if something pops up and I want to just like,
the following announcement has been paid for by the New World Order.
yeah, this is so sick. I'm having too much fun with this thing. Now that I finally got it to work, I think there may be like a little hiss with my voice. I think it's because I'm actually gonna have to get another mic, because even though you can use like USB mics, apparently with this, like this USB mic, and I believe even with the Yeti, they're so sensitive to like they're picking up some of the hissing sounds are technically my air conditioner. So I've got to I gotta buy another mic, which really has me like,
Bruh.
but it's worth it for all the stuff I can do with this damn thing. Anyway, enough. Let's get back to the stream, guys. Let's get back to the stream. Simon Stevens, he said she's a beast, but I'm still dead on S. Dead set on S rank with her. No idea if that's possible though. But any gift in my inventory goes straight to her. Whoa. Cloudy said next check though because of that scene. Yo, that scene was lit. I'm over here like, damn, she went straight ham on old dude.
It is most rude to interrupt a moment of repose. Very rude indeed. Now come to me. I wish to have a look at you.
Yo, she just said, come to me. Alright. Cool. with him just because I like playing with male protagonist characters.
I have not seen the likes of you before. Who are you anyway? I see. Then you must have a name of sorts. Go on.
I'm gonna stick with the default name, Byleth.
I shall not ever grow accustomed to the sound of human names. You must possess a day of birth as well. Beneath which moon and on what day were you born to this world?
Actual birthday, October 6th.
Well, wonders never cease. It seems we share our day of birth. How strange. It all feels so familiar. I think it may be time for yet another nap.
Wait, Simon. This got berserk. Like, are you for real? It's like berserk. Oh God. Okay, you know what? I gotta agree with you. Griffith did nothing wrong, right? In the context of it, they all knew what they were signing up for. The dude was straightforward from the beginning what he was gonna do.
Hey, time to wake up. Were you having that dream again?
Dreaming about a young girl.
You've described her to me before. I don't think I've ever met anyone like that. In any case, just put that out of your mind for now. The battlefield is no place for idle thoughts. Risking your life is part of the job for mercenaries like us. Letting your mind wander is a sure way to get yourself killed.
Hey guys, how's the audio sounding? Do I need to raise the game volume or lower the game volume? Or what about my voice? Like, do I need to do anything with that? Just let me know. And with the mixer here, I'll make the changes on the fly.
Okay, time to get moving. Our next job is in the kingdom. I told you before, it's far from here, so we'll need to leave at dawn. Oh, good grief. Everyone is already waiting for us outside.
Gerald, sir, sorry to barge in, but your presence is needed.
What's happened?
Please forgive our intrusion. We wouldn't bother you with a situation not dire.
What do a bunch of kids like you want at this hour?
We're being pursued by a group of bandits. I can only hope that you will be so kind as to lend your support.
Bandits? Here?
It's true. They attacked us while we were at rest in our camp.
We've been separated from our companions and we're outnumbered. They're after our lives, not to mention our gold.
I'm impressed you're staying so calm considering the situation. Wait, that uniform.
Bandits spotted just outside the village. Damn, there were a lot of them.
I guess they followed you all the way here. We can't abandon this village now. Come on, let's move. Hope you're ready. Let's take care of those thieves before they overrun the village.
I mean, he really did, to be completely honest.
Take down the enemies in front first. That should take the wind out of their sails.
I will prevail.
If I recall correctly,
I'll cut through.
oh my goodness. Weapon will break with 3. Yep, yeah, that's typical Fire Emblem.
Stay focused. Thank you. We are in your debt. It wouldn't do for us to fall in a place like this. Please, lend us your strength. Let's work together to drive out these thieves.
Ready and willing. Never underestimate an outsider.
Yo, they really took this to a new level with the layout and how it works. I gotta say, yo, this music, I'm loving this music.
We'll advance while protecting ourselves from the enemy. Take up position inside the forest.
And Simon, you're completely right. I mean, it's what he did was completely human nature. Like, I can't really say that there aren't people that wouldn't do that in real life. I mean, if there's something that would pop up like your ambitions and what you want to accomplish, I think a lot of people would do that, to be completely honest.
Yes, good. If we're in the forest, we can sustain their attacks without losing the advantage.
So your favorite new touch to the series is the battalions that you unlock a little later on. It can be pretty OP when you've bought a decent set and leveled them up. Oh? I'm definitely interested in seeing this. Alright, forests are not the only terrain type you will encounter. Keep an eye out for others such as thickets and hill tiles. You can see the effects of terrain by placing a cursor over it. Press the X button and an empty space to toggle terrain. You know what I would have loved is a Fire Emblem Pro controller, because I've got my current one. This is my Xenoblade Chronicles 2 controller. I wish they kind of made one for this game. I think it would have been dope. Yeah, they definitely need to bring in like a headphone jack. There are just some things that Nintendo has done that I don't personally understand. You know, like with...
This is a fine opportunity. It's the combat arts I taught you.
Like, I don't understand why they didn't include a headphone jack or like built-in Bluetooth for headsets, or even the integration with the chat. Like, I know as much as we praise Nintendo for a lot of things they do right, there's a lot of things that Nintendo does that does not make sense. The online infrastructure doesn't make sense. Their eShop, the way it's set up, does not make sense. It's so cluttered. And then there's so much. You guys remember like the Wii era where you had so much like junk, what we call is it shovelware, and the Switch has a lot of that. There's a lot of games coming out for the Switch that just make no damn sense at all. Claudia, you say PDP. I think they're probably gonna send that to me. I just partnered with PDP, so I might be getting. They're sending a package to me. I should be getting it this coming week. I'm not really too sure what all is in it, but I'm excited for that, and hopefully some of it I can do a giveaway for. Simon Stevens, you said Nintendo needs to realize that they're a global company and not solely a Japanese company. They need to look at what others are doing on the standard of gaming and follow suit. I agree with you fully, Simon. The biggest problem I see with Nintendo with that, and it kind of goes back to that interview that I did with Hiroaki Yura from Tiny Metal. One of the things that he was saying was that, you know, with a lot of Japanese companies, their focus is Japan first, and if they can recoup whatever they're spending in Japan, and then if they can, then they'll just, you know, they'll go from there, and they'll go with trying to focus on the rest of the world after. And I just think that's a bad approach that they're going with, because with Nintendo, I mean, yeah, you can focus on Japan, but you need to also make some innovations. And like one of the things that I have a concern with when it comes with the Switch and just Nintendo going forward is this is the second time they release a console right before the competition is about to go on to their next generation. And when the Xbox Scarlet comes out, the PlayStation 5 comes out, I don't know, and I highly doubt that we're going to be able to get these day and day release type of titles. I mean, there's stuff like Wolfenstein and Doom and everything else is already struggling to run. Like a lot of these games, they run at a lower frame rate, a lower resolution. What happens when we got games natively running in 4K and the Switch can barely do 1080, it can barely do 720 on most games? What are we gonna, like, what are they gonna do? And I know there's a lot of people that now with the Switch, they make a lot of exceptions for that now. But with the previous generation, with the Wii U, they didn't make these exceptions at all. So I don't know. Like, I don't know what. Yo, what's going on with Amazon and delay? So, okay, I just got an update from Amazon. My Fire Emblem Three Houses package is now delayed to like the 31st. I'm definitely feeling some kind of way about this. Oh man. But I get it digitally, so I don't have to worry about waiting on that. But yeah, I mean, I don't understand what Nintendo is doing. And I really think that they need to go and seriously look at what's going on. Their online should not be as bad. Like, no, Simon, you're right. They're gonna put themselves in a bind, and they already are putting themselves in a bind. I mean, like you said, the only redeeming quality is the portability of it. And the thing that gets me is why they're gonna need to make a stronger console. You know, something, if it can't do 4K, which I don't think Nintendo is gonna invest in 4K, have it at least do 1440. The bare minimum 1080. 1080 60 across the board. 1440 at the highest if they're willing to not be cheap and put that out. Yo, what's up, Dave? Yeah, I just got it digitally, man. I just had to go ahead and buy it. Amazon was supposed to deliver it beginning of the week. of last week. They didn't do it. It's supposed to come in today. I just got a notification that it's delayed until the 31st. So I'm like, man, I'm not gonna wait around anymore. Simon, you said, but they have too many issues they need to address and iron out in the long run. They alienate customers that they can't afford to alienate. They also have a third party problem. They do. They really do. And you know, you're right. It is. They're paving the cracks. And the funny thing to me is that Nintendo as a whole, their third party and the indie titles that are coming out are literally just fillers for whatever Nintendo brings out. I mean, look at this. If you go at the eShop and you see, I'm gonna show y'all something right now. So we're gonna go over to the eShop, right? And there's something that I've been scratching my head over because I do not understand why this is happening. But if we go over to coming soon, right? Which y'all can see here. Right? A lot of these games are mobile titles or just crappy indie games. They're being pushed. Like, there's nothing over here that is exciting me. I mean, Killer of Eternity, yeah. Forbidden Hearts actually looks pretty decent. Subdivision Infinity looks pretty good too. But let me show you guys something. This is something I don't understand. Why is Astral Chain coming out August 30th? And then not even 15 days later, Daemon X Machina is coming out. Why is that? These are two big Nintendo titles. And they're coming out within a week and a half of each other. Why is that? And then you don't even have that much longer, like not even 10 days, and then you've got Link's Awakening dropping right there. And then not even 8 days later, you've got Dragon Quest 11 dropping. So one of these four is gonna get lost in the shuffle, to be honest. And it ain't gonna be this, and it ain't gonna be this. It's these two. They're gonna get lost in the shuffle because it doesn't make sense to me. This makes absolutely no sense to me. Oh, shit! And then you got Oninaki. I don't understand it. I really don't. Your cash ringing for Nintendo? I mean, yeah, but I'm just saying. AJ says so many filler crap on Nintendo Switch makes me wonder if third party cares about the platform. I think yes and no, and the reason I say that is because they know they can easily make a lot of money off of Twitch fans because they can just re-release old crap, you know, and people will buy it. They don't even have to announce it, they just drop it. Simon Stevens, you say the fanboys love to brag about the indie support, but I don't view that as real support. As what platform doesn't have indies? Even Vita and Wii U had indies. PS3 still gets indie. True. It's true. Dave J said Nintendo got messed up launch windows for the first half of the year. They had like 2 games, but for some reason they put 3 games in September alone. They need to put games on the first half. Simon, he said it's a shame because a lot of effort has gone into development of these games, but Nintendo's support management of these releases, marketing will be the reason they failed to break even. Exactly. Like, explain to me why Fire Emblem Warriors dropped less than a week before Mario Odyssey. It's like they set it up to fail. They completely set it up to fail. Yo, what's up, Uria? How's it going, man? Cloudy, you say they need a Switch Pro to help third-party make games easier. They do. They really do. I don't know what Nintendo's doing. I don't understand the business model for that. All right, so I'm gonna waste.
Your defeat was inevitable.
Chill, man. I need to get them Logitech headphones. Nobody, no store in Hawaii is carrying that either. It's got me feeling some kind of way about it.
Should I have held back?
No, I honestly believe it, Simon. They do. They need to have better third-party support. They need to do better when it comes to how they're going to release their first-party titles, because
Attack when an ally is nearby, and the enemy will be intimidated, making them easier to hit.
because you shouldn't stack 4 big titles within mere days of each other, mere weeks. I think it should go back to, if you're gonna do it, they should pad it out, 1 major title a month. Give people time to to sink their teeth into it and to enjoy it. But I don't know, Nintendo, they're kind of just throwing games out there and hoping it sticks. Cloudy, what am I liking and not liking about this game? I don't dislike anything about it so far. I mean, I really like the graphical overhaul and the style. I really like how that is. Like, this is really dope. So Bethesda brings games to Switch only because Nintendo have a deal in place where they pay them in advance, so they don't have to worry about breaking even or making a profit. Yep, and you don't hear people really talking about that. You attack an enemy that is in attack range of 1 or more of your other units, you will trigger a linked attack. During the linked attack, you avoid rates. Your avoid rate and hit rate are higher than normal linked attacks in certain units. Also raise might. The use of linked attacks is powerful enemies. Yo, Uria, I'm actually gonna be picking up another mic. As much as I like my HyperX, I think I need to just go ahead and switch over to using an XLR. Yeah, dude, go ahead. Definitely go ahead and do it. I think, if I believe correctly, oh. Hey, Nightbot. Wait, my Nightbot stopped it? Yo, that's crazy. Hold on. Let me drop it. Wait, how come it's not letting me make you a mod? Oh, for real, Nightbot over here like, nope, not on my watch. Oh my goodness. Yo, that's crazy. Nightbot out here like wild and like, nah, B, it's not going down like that. Alex Monet. Oh, my guy, I appreciate that. You really didn't have to do that. I was talking to somebody at Logitech, and I was supposed to do like an interview with them because they were interested in having an interview on my channel, my podcast. I just haven't heard anything back from him in like a week and a half. I'm not like, I'll reach out to him again tomorrow. I'm just like, I hope I'm not getting ghosted, but I mean, I don't know. I'll reach out to him. I'll follow up email with that guy who I was talking to, and Uria, shout out to you for that link. I'll definitely hit up Alex Monet. And yo, why is it I can't make you a mod? I don't know why. I made you a mod, right? Or do I need to just turn Nightbot off? I thought I made you a mod. No, like I'm over here, I'm highlighting your name, and I'm like, it's not even giving me the option to make you a mod. I'm not sweating it. It's just like one of those things where it's like, yo, it's tripping out here. And Nightbot over here being a jerk. Like, nah, he not today. Let's see. Simon Stevens, you say it's just reality, I guess. But now that Nintendo are rolling with only one system, they have to be careful, because if they fail, they could go the way of Sega, which I wouldn't personally mind. The thing is with Nintendo, I don't think Nintendo will ever die off. I think, if anything, if they were ever starting to lose their relevancy, they would definitely just fall back to just Japan only. And I think that's the whole reason why, like, they've shifted over to having so many mobile games or mobile ports of their top franchises, as well as why, like, pachinko has become a big thing for Nintendo now. And I know a lot of us in the West, like, we don't care for pachinko, but like, that's huge in Japan and Asia. Like, that's a multi-billion-dollar industry, so I can't knock them for that. At the same time, I'm like, you still need to, it's like you said earlier, Simon, like, they need to realize that they're not just, you know, a Japan brand, they're a global brand. And yeah, Cloudy, you're right. They always have the kids, because I mean, first and foremost, Nintendo's a toy maker company. So as long as they can make like toys and stuff like that, then they're definitely going to do what they have to keep that market going. I can't hate on that. I just think that they could definitely do better overall. Especially with the direction the gaming is going. I do have concerns with what is going to happen when this next gen just takes off, because Nintendo's going to be left in the dust, and it's going to be hard for a lot of people going to the stores like wanting to get a new console to pick Switch over something else. No, Simon, I agree with you on that. I mean, it's nothing but Nintendo really does have a lot of subpar features. I mean, like when you look at, like, if you're using an Ethernet cable, they cap you at 21 megs download speed. Like, I've actually, even though I got my 1 terabyte SD card, I actually had to go and format it, because for whatever reason, when I just tried to copy and paste everything over, it wouldn't work. So I had to re-download everything, and as you can see, I'm still in the process of downloading games. I've been downloading games since my card came in. Was it Monday or Tuesday? Maybe Wednesday. I've been downloading for almost a week. All of my games that I've gotten a review code for, or that I bought digitally because of sales. And that data cap just makes no sense. And even if, like, you guys probably know, like, you can go in system settings, if you go into internet and then internet settings, and then you go over to your wire connection. If you go to change settings and you turn the MTU up to 1500, that increases it, but it still doesn't increase it enough to justify why it's so slow. I mean, you get like maybe an extra meg or two, but it's still super slow, and I do not understand. And it doesn't even matter if you use like a USB 3.0, it's still slow. It just it actually makes no sense to me why it is the way it is. I don't know. I don't get it. Odia, you oh, that's the mic you have, right? Yeah, because you got the XLR and the USB. I don't know, like, I really like this HyperX mic. Like, I really don't want to switch over to using another mic, but it's just the fact that for whatever reason, this one's so sensitive, even with the gain all the way down. Like, I don't know if you guys can hear like a hissing sound when I talk, but it seems like it's picking up my air conditioner. Whereas if I just have this on, if I'm not running my mic through the Go XLR, it doesn't have that hiss. But I don't know. I don't know what's causing that. Simon, you say you're surprised I have Siggy on my Switch. That game was so weird. Easy Platinum. Yeah, that game was weird, but it was fun as hell. I enjoyed it. When they hit me up to review that, I was like, why not? And you say you have the Ethernet on Switch as well, but it just seems to make it worse. Dude, I don't know. That's crazy. It could be OBS filters. I've been actually going back and forth between using OBS, Streamlabs OBS, OBS, Streamlabs OBS, and XSplit. I always keep coming back to XSplit just because I like the ability to just drag and drop stuff, and not have to just individually name everything. But I might just have to stick with OBS just because with XSplit it keeps lately for the last couple months it just keeps crashing on me over and over and over, and it's just really frustrating. It's really frustrating me. It keeps doing that.
Each battle, a chance to grow.
Which do you prefer, Andrew? Do you prefer OBS or the Stream Elements one? And I'm trying to switch over to using like Stream Elements for all my notifications and everything. And I know they got their layout editor and all. It is just, it's complicated to me. Like their layout editor. because it's so in depth that I kind of feel lost with a lot of the things that are in it. Simon, you said you consider hacking your Switch with how bad the online is. I don't care if I get banned because online Switch is worth it to me, and Ubuntu and Android my Switches. Ooh, wait, you can install Android and Ubuntu in the Switch? Did not know that. Stream Elements, Cloudy, yeah, Stream Elements is free. They've got their own OBS, which is pretty dope. That's the thing, is like I can't get notifications, like for whatever reason my notifications on Stream Elements don't pop up. And I was also using Muxy, and for whatever reason my Muxy alerts don't pop up at all. This is weird. It's weird that it does that.
Damn, why are there mercenaries in the village? Guess we'll have to deal with them too.
Yeah, that's one thing about using the XSplit is it's very demanding on the CPU, and it really, maybe that's why it crashes up so much. And it is kind of what pushes me back every time to using like Stream Elements OBS. Simon, you said you can play a bunch of great games on Linux. No, like GameCube. Wait, all this on the Switch? Dude, I did not know about that.
You with the blank stare! Out of my way!
Dude, you gotta tell me how to do that, because I have no idea how to. I didn't even know you could do all that.
Let the lesson begin.
Dang! This is one of them situations where I want to be like.
Another step forward.
Hold up. It's one of those situations where, like, that's another cool thing about this Go XLR. So if I curse, so if I were to say like a curse word right now, so if I wanted to say, I could just bleep out stuff like that. Is hella cool. And like if I wanted to change up my voice, so like say I want to put like a megaphone on, I have the megaphone effect. This is what it'll sound like. And then if I want to sound like a robot, then I can definitely sound like a robot. This other thing too, like if I want to switch my gender, if I want to sound more feminine, I can just turn the thing over and I have that effect. And then if I want to sound more masculine, I can just do that, and it just lowers the baritone of my voice. It's pretty. This thing is pretty dope. Only thing about it is, you know, it's a bit of a hassle to get set up. There's certain things, especially if you're going to use a Switch with it, if you're going to use your headphones with it, and if you're going to use a USB mic, there's some things you're going to need to use with it. And I can tell, like, if any of you guys, first off, this thing's expensive. It's about $400. So if there's things that you want to use with it or you want to get with it, it's going to cost a bit of a grip. You're probably going to spend like a total of $500 total if you like include like a mic if you don't already have one. But if you already have a mic and you just need the cabling and all the other stuff, I would highly suggest like getting 2 de-essers, and which I need to order another one myself. And it greatly helps. It greatly helps.
Honestly, what are you accomplishing with that little stunt? It's like you're trying to get me killed, you fool.
What?
Well, it's fine. After all, if you don't know the value of your own life, you're not going to protect it very well, are you? Course not. Well then, I guess it's up to me to guide you from now on, right? You can call me Sothis, but I'm also known as the Beginning.
Yo, who is this chick?
Sothis. Yes, that is it. My name is Sothis. And I am also called the Beginning. But who once called me that? I was not able to recall my name until just now. And just like that, it came to me. How odd. That look upon your face. Did you think me a child? A mere child who forgot her own name? Phooey! That child just saved your life. And what does that make you? Such arrogance. You look the part, but are you truly an adult?
Okay, this is one of the moments where I gotta be like,
You serious?
yo, Cloudy, thank you for coming through, man. I appreciate you coming through on the stream. Catch you on the next one. Drop a link to your YouTube channel, and everyone, make sure you go and sub to Cloudy's YouTube channel. Give him a follow on Twitter as well. Makes great content.
You threw yourself before an axe to save just one young girl.
Bruh.
Yet all is well, as I have stalled the flow of time for now. You would have died had I not intervened.
Yeah, no problem, bro.
There now. Is gratitude so much to ask? I did deem you worth saving after all. Though it is only momentary, time has stopped. However did I manage that? When time begins again, the axe will tear into your flesh and you will surely meet your end. How rude of you to drag me into this.
Yo, Simon Stevens, I kind of want to get your opinion on something. And I know Radical Rick is very much against like stuff like Patreon and whatnot. one of the things I'm kind of curious, and I kind of actually want to get everyone's opinion on it. What do you guys think about Patreon for, like, for me being a podcaster, and not just a YouTuber, but a podcaster as well? Is Patreon a bad thing? I know a lot of people feel different ways about it. Other content creators I've talked to don't have an issue with it. I know, like, with my Patreon, and the reason I decided to start one is because, one, podcasting is not an easy thing, nor is YouTube. You're not doing like the clickbait stuff, but you're just genuinely making original content. You're genuinely making podcasts, like the time you put into editing, mixing, mastering, getting types of guests on. I don't really have an issue with Patreon. Like, I don't have an issue with Patreon. And I know with mine, one of the things I decided to do was to make it so that, like, if people want to support the podcast, they can. It allows them to get access to episodes well in advance. Like, I've got like 2 to 3 months worth of podcasts recorded, and I'm recording another one tonight. And I figure, like, a benefit of my patrons is they can either watch the video or listen to the audio ahead of time, but I've seen a lot of people say that Patreon is a bad thing. They just think it's there's no reason for you to have it. And I disagree with it, because I think for things that you put in that kind of work for, like, and it's work for me. It's something I enjoy, but it's still work, I have no problem giving people the option. If they want to support it, then, they can do what they do. Especially with some of the bigger name guests I'm going to have on. Like, I'm going to be having Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock, AJ Styles, like wrestling guys, Jim Ross. And one of the other things with my Patreon is the ability for people to hop on, should they be interested, to have like time frame to asking questions, interact with people. And I think that's pretty cool too. But, I'm not out here like most streamers or content creators, like putting up like a $1,000 tier or $100 tier or anything like that. I only have two, like $1 and a $10 tier or $15 tier. Even on YouTube, I have the membership stuff, but I don't know. Like, I just wonder, do people think it's a bad idea to make money? Okay, hold on. Simon, you said, okay, Uria, you said if people are willing to do you said, well, hold up. You said, I say no. Do you, bro? If people are willing to give you money for your work, let them. I need to redo mine for me personally. Patreon is work. Trying to get that thing set up and going. Simon Stevens, you say, I don't mind Patreon at all. I only take issue with people who openly beg their fans to donate to it and to donate to the channel generally. So long as the money goes back in the channel, no problem. Yeah, that's the thing too, is like, for me with Patreon, I really just want that to be going back into the podcast, like going back into the channel. If that means, a better audio equipment, better software, giving people the opportunity to just like interact with some of these guests that they may be interested in that they may not have an opportunity otherwise. Just supporting their content creator in a way that, because I'm never gonna beg for it. The option's there if people want to hop in and support. I do want people to be aware that it's there, but I don't want to be one of those guys that are just begging constantly, oh, you can support this, support that. I don't want to do that. The option's there, and I've got the Patreon. They can be, you know, there's a membership thing on YouTube where people can be members, different tiers. I got affiliate links, like if you guys want to purchase, you know, Fire Emblem 3 Houses, I've got my Amazon affiliate links down there in the description of the YouTube video. On Amazon, on Twitch, I've got the Amazon blacksmith. It's just things I have set up, but you know, I just know it's a touchy subject for a lot of people. And honestly, when you're just trying to monetize videos and you're worrying about ad revenue, ad revenue on YouTube is very up and down. I have some good months, I have some really bad months, and thankfully YouTube isn't my full-time job, but you know, it is still an income that comes in, and every time you get like one of the Paul brothers do something crazy, or you get something like Linity, or oh god, I shouldn't mention Linity. It's it affects people who are actually out here creating content and not just clickbaiting.
Now what to do? Of course! I must turn back the hands of time! Yes, I do believe it can be done. You really are quite troublesome. I cannot wind back time too far, but all is well. You are aware of what's to come, which means you can protect yourself this time.
Well, that's the thing, Simon. Like, you know, it's not just Patreon. I also have like the YouTube one, like I said, and then like I just want to give options to people, like if they truly want to support the channel. You know, this is something that, you know, while I do it on the side of my full-time job, it's still something that I take this seriously as if it is a job too. You know, like with this whole layout I have here for the stream, I really wanted to personalize it and give it my own personal take on it. The way it emphasizes this is me and not just me having a different layout per game. And I also, you know, I got the Go XLR, which I didn't get it sent to me for review. I actually paid for it, you know, because I wanted to really, one of the issues I've always been having with my streams is audio, and I just wanted to fix that, make that work. And you know, it's just different things I've been doing just to try and improve overall. And you know, if people really do want to support, they have the option to. You know, I'm never gonna just be like, hey, support, make sure you donate, all that. Like, I'm not gonna do that. And honestly, there's some things that I've found that as being a YouTuber from listening to other YouTubers, you know, if you really want to turn this into a career, there are different options for doing that. YouTube even has some stuff too where you can get sponsorships to review stuff, but even with that, I'm kind of hesitant on that too, because I don't want to just shill things that I wouldn't personally use. Like, if I would shill anything, as you guys know, I would shill like Razer because I'm a big Razer fan, but I don't have to shill Razer because I'm a Razer streamer now, so I get a, you know, they help out with that. Or even like with what I'm using now with the PDP headsets, you know, they don't pay me, but they send me gear and I'll rock it. But like even with Beast, like this is from Insurgo. My friend actually runs this company, and I wear his swag to promote him. I don't, you know. Oh, Simon, you don't have to do that, man. I'm look, you don't have to do that. You really don't have to do that. I don't want to push anything like that on people. That, you know, if it's something you truly want to do, you can. But I'm never gonna be the one to push that on people. Especially, I understand, man. Finances can be tight. my finances are tight right now. But man, thank you for saying that, man. I just I don't know how to go about talking about it because I know it's a touchy topic for a lot of people, and I want to do my best and being sincere about it, you know. And yeah, thank you, Simon. I appreciate that.
Now go! Yes, you who bears the flames within. Drift through the flow of time to find the answers that you seek.
Yo, what's up, Chris? How's it going?
Hey, over here! Huh?
Hey, did you just...
Well, I mean, and that's the thing for me is just transparency. From seeing a lot of other content creators, and I'm really not trying to throw others under the bus, but there's a lot that Radical Rick has talked about that I truly do agree with when it comes to, how people utilize their Patreon when they're not really offering anything. It's other than just support me and my lifestyle by donating to me. Whereas with me, it's like, I do want this to become more. Like, I would love for this to become my career where, I'm podcasting and I actually get to do stuff where I can, not just do radio interviews or, well, not radio, but, internet interviews with people for my podcast, but also being able to fly to them or, do in-person stuff, have better equipment, be able to give back. I really want to do give backs to the community that supports the channel, be it a game, be it hardware, because as you guys know, like, I get stuff sent to me by companies, and a lot of it, like, I don't have a need for it. I'd like to start sending it to people as like a way of giving back, like that, or games or whatever, or letting people hop on shows. That's just really what motivates. Well, not motivates. It's really something I really want to do. I appreciate people that come through and support, and it means everything to me. Especially with doing this content creator journey, doing YouTube. One of the people I actually worked with previously, has been a big motivator for me in this journey because they told me I would never make it, I would fail, and all this other stuff. It's just funny to see years later. I'm not a big YouTuber, but but I'm at a point now where I'm able to work with companies. I'm able to have big guests on and interact with you guys like this, and it's a blessing to me, honestly. Chris, I will never. That's funny. Okay, and I got to put this out here, guys. Like, I would never charge people to join the Discord. I'd never charge people to interact with me. I would never charge people for my friend code or PSN or Xbox gamer tag or anything like that. I never do any of that. Now I don't understand when people do that. I mean, said I think so long as you have a cap on it and be fair to your fans, they will support you. Happy to support people I enjoy watching and interacting with. But you're the first I genuinely trust, so you'll be the first person and I appreciate that. You know, and I don't want to do anything that would jeopardize that trust. You know, in my day-to-day life, very transparent, sometimes to a fault. Some people think I'm an asshole because I'm so transparent, but you know, working in business, private companies, medical industry, all that has just taught me how you have to be transparent. Integrity has to count for something, and I'm a big advocate of being a straight shooter. It's because I've seen so many people do that, and I have never agreed with it. I've never agreed with it. So many YouTubers that I know that are huge that they won't interact with you unless you're paying their Patreon or you're subbed and donating to their channel, giving them super chats, or you know, you're financially doing something for them. And while I do agree your time is money, you should not manipulate people like that. I've never agreed with that. Yeah, you know, and that's the thing, being transparent, it goes a long way.
The Knights of Seros are here. We'll cut you down for terrorizing our students. Hey, the thieves are running away. Go after them. The students seem to be unharmed. And who's this?
Why him?
To be completely transparent with you guys, again, I'm actually playing this on casual, just because I want to get a feel for the game before I jump into playing it on traditional.
Thank you.
Captain Gerald? It is you! Goodness, it's been ages! Don't you recognize me? It's Alois, your old right-hand man! Well, that's how I always thought of myself anyway. Oh, it must have been 20 years ago that you went missing without a trace. I always knew you were still alive.
You haven't changed a bit, Alois, just as loud as ever. And drop that captain nonsense. I'm not your captain anymore. These days, I'm just a wandering mercenary. One who has work to do. Goodbye, old friend.
Right. Goodbye, Captain. Wait, that isn't how this ends. I insist that you return to the monastery with me.
Garrig Mach Monastery. I suppose this was inevitable.
And how about you, kid? Are you the captain's child?
Yo, what's up, Mr. Saturn? So you say you're 8 hours in the game and it's been great. The only issue you have, and this is just a middle one, is that I want to go down a canon route. Not sure if story has multi-ends, but it worries me to not know. I'm the same way. That's why usually when I play a game that allows me to name a character, I keep it default as to whatever the character's name is. because I want to play it the way it's meant to be played, and then if I do a second playthrough, I switch it up. But other than that, yeah, I keep it default. So I'm right there with you.
Is that so? Well, physical differences aside, your mannerisms do remind me of the captain. I'd love for you to see the monastery too. You will join me, won't you? What's troubling you, Captain? You aren't about to run off again, are you?
Even I wouldn't dare run from the Knights of Saros.
The Knights of Saros? They do seem rather skilled. Ah, it seems your presence is required. Get going.
So what are your guys' thoughts on the
I appreciate your help back there. Your skill is beyond question. You're clearly an experienced mercenary. And your father, that would be Gerald, the Bladebreaker? Former captain of the Knights of Saros, oft praised as the strongest knight to ever live. Have I missed anything? You haven't heard of the Knights of Saros? The most famous order of knights in all of Fodlan.
Hey, you are coming with us to the monastery, right? Of course you are. I'd love to bend your ear as we travel. Oh, I should mention that the three of us are students of the Officers Academy at Garrigmach Monastery. We were doing some training exercises when those bandits attacked. I definitely got the worst of it.
That would be because you ran off.
Too true. I was the first to make a strategic retreat. Everything would have worked out if these two hadn't followed me and ruined everything. Because of them, every single one of those bandits chased after us. Utterly ridiculous.
Ah, so that's what you were thinking, Claude. And here I thought you were acting as a decoy for the sake of us all.
His intentions were as clear as day. You will prove a lacking ruler if you cannot see the truth behind a person's words.
You will prove a lacking ruler yourself if you look for deceit behind every word and fail to trust those whom you rely on.
Oh, joy. A royal debate between their highnesses. I wonder how being completely predictable affects one's ability to wield power. Personally, as the embodiment of distrust, I'd say your little exchange smacks of naivete.
Me? Naive? Tell me, are you actually incapable of keeping quiet, or is your lack of self-awareness a condition of some sort?
The English acting isn't bad, surprisingly. First time I properly heard it. I'm playing with Japanese voices because usually voice acting is always bad in English and Japanese. Hey, that's true. I can't argue with you on that. It is leaps and bounds better than Path of Radiance. I'll definitely say that.
In any case, forgive our digression. I must speak with you if you can spare a moment. The way you held your ground against the bandits' leader was captivating. You never lost control of the situation. It showed me I still have much to learn.
Your skill is precisely why I must ask you to consider lending your services to the Empire. I might as well tell you now, I am no mere student. I am also the Adrestian Empire's...
Halt, Edelgard. Please allow me to finish my own proposition.
The casual's fine. I mean, people reset how anyways in Classic. I just want to enjoy the story the first time through, and I want to get familiar with the way the game plays. 'Cause I know a lot of it is overhauled from what the original was. So
The Holy Kingdom of Fargus is in dire need of exceptional individuals like yourself. Please, do consider returning to the kingdom with me.
Whoa there, you two sure are hasty. Trying to recruit someone you just met. Tactless, really.
what are your guys' thoughts on the game so far that you've been playing it for a couple hours, or a lot of hours rather? Like, Are there any things that you guys really enjoy, or any takeaways, or anything like that?
I was personally planning to develop a deep and lasting friendship on our journey back to the monastery before begging for favors. But it seems there's no time for niceties in this world. So, capable stranger, let's get right to it. Where does your allegiance lie?
It seems one's place of birth is quite significant to them. Yet they are so impressed by you that you may take your pick. Well?
Ah, I got a pick already? Yo, Simon, I'm the same way. I reset all the time. Like, I really don't like I try, like, between Valkyria Chronicles and Fire Emblem, I do my best to try and make sure my units don't die. It is truly a stressful thing.
Is that right? Well, that's a win for the Alliance, so I suppose I'm obligated to be happy.
All right, that's enough with the small talk. It's time to head back to the monastery.
Looks like we'll have to pick this up another time.
My, they are in such a hurry. You know, each of the three is most unique.
Oh.
Yes, I thought the same. I am so sleepy once again. I may be sleeping, but
Part 1. White Clouds. Great Tree Moon. 3 houses. The icy winds of the Agma Mountains have begun to scatter, and the verdant fields once again spring to life across Fodlan, heralding the start of a new year.
In Tyring
As they
Saga,
celebrate the dawning year,
created by the guy who originally
they
made
realize their
Fire
full
Emblem,
potential, just as a tiny sprout.
and then he ended up going through legal battles and got sued by Nintendo.
The continent of Fodlan, said to be protected by a revered goddess, has existed since time immemorial. 3 ruling powers now control the land. In the south lies a region long held by a more than 1,000-year-old dynasty, the Adrestian Empire. Beyond its borders, to the frigid north, is the home of the Holy Kingdom of Fargus, ruled by the royal family and its knights. To the east, a league of nobles that heeds no king nor emperor rules what is called the Leicester Alliance. Once consumed by a tempest of war and turmoil, Fodlan and these 3 mighty powers now exist in relative harmony.
I'm curious, does this tie into Marth's era? Like, is there
This
any
will be
connection?
your first time at the monastery. I'd be happy to show you around.
It really is Fodlan in a nutshell. The good and the bad.
Like it or not, we'll be there soon enough. it is. Garrick Mock Monastery.
She had that jiggle. They put the emphasis on that jiggle effect.
Rhea's here.
I wonder, did the flow of time bring you here?
Say, yeah, that's the one. Gotta say it was a great game. Had an Advanced Wars kind of feel, level of difficulty to it most of the time, but some levels are
It's been years since I've last set eyes on this place. To be forced to see her now,
gameplay has been great. I like the magic system. Because you don't buy tomes, you just get a limited amount per battle. Really makes you consider not use it and save for the hit enemy. There's every chance. I'm talking about Tyrion Saga. I need to go back and play that. There was like 3 or 4 games in that series, right? And then they just stopped it. I heard it was a lot darker than Fire Emblem was. But then again, Thracia 777 Fire Emblem was really dark too, I believe. The Genealogy of the Holy War.
You saw her in the courtyard earlier, didn't you? The Archbishop, Lady Rhea. As you know, the majority of folks in Fodlan are devout followers of the teachings of Seros. The leader of that ridiculously large religious organization is the Archbishop, Lady Rhea.
Thank you for your patience, Gerald. My name is Seteth. I am an advisor to the Archbishop.
Okay, I need to look this up real quick because I believe Seteth is let me check some real quick. Jeez, what is his name? I don't know why I'm drawing blanks right now. Checking. Okay. Oh, yes. So Seteth is actually my friend Mark Whitten. So that's crazy. I think there was the Berwick Saga in Japan of PS2. I'd love to play that one, but it hasn't been fan translated. Yeah, that's the hardest thing too. Some of these great games just aren't fan translated at all.
Right. Hello.
It has been a long time, Gerald. I wonder, was it the will of the goddess that we have another chance meeting like this?
Forgive my silence all these years. Much has happened since we last spoke.
So I see. The miracle of fatherhood has blessed you. That is your child, is it not?
Yes. Born many years after I left this place. I wish I could introduce you to the mother of my child, but I'm afraid we lost her to illness.
Really, it really is. I'm actually doing this thing where I'm trying to teach myself Japanese so I can not only do more interviews but be able to understand a lot of the games more, be able to read it, and when I hear it I can understand it. Because I am bilingual. I speak Samoan and I speak Samoan being my first language, and English, but I do want to learn Japanese.
I see. My condolences. As for you, I heard of your valiant efforts from Alois. What is your name? A fine name indeed. From the bottom of my heart, I thank you for saving those students of the Officers' Academy. Gerald, you already know what it is I wish to say, do you not?
So that's one of the things I'm kind of curious about. Why did not Secret of Mana, but Valkyria Chronicles 3 never come to the US? We got one, we got two. Two is PSP exclusive. Never got 3. And I don't know why 2 and 3 got regulated to PSP over PS3 or standard consoles. I need to play Mother 3.
You want me to rejoin the Knights of Seros, don't you? I won't say no, but...
Your apprehension stings. I had expected that Alois would have already asked this of you. I must step away for now, but I expect they will desire a word with you soon. Please listen carefully to what they have to say. Until tomorrow, farewell.
I can't believe it. Forced back into the Knights of Seros. I'm sorry I dragged you into this. Looks like I'll be stuck here for a while. And I'm afraid your services are requested as well.
So, does that mean... Okay, so the order of games is 3... 3 Revolution, 1 and 2 I think are 1, 2, and 4 are happening at the same time, right?
Nothing like that. They want you to teach, by the sound of it. You heard those brats earlier talking about the Officers' Academy, right? Well, the Academy just happens to be short a professor. And apparently that damned Alois went and recommended you to Lady Rhea.
So, you must be the new professor. My, how stern and handsome you are.
Jeez. She is stacked. I'm over here like...
Bruh.
3, 1, 2. So 2 is not worth playing. 4 is not worth playing either, really?
No. I'm not the one you're looking for. You can handle things from here. Good luck. And watch out for Lady Rhea. I don't know what she's thinking making you a professor like this. She may be up to something. Stay on your guard.
Oh, it's you then? So young.
Competence and age are not necessarily correlated, as you well know. I am Hanneman, a Crest Scholar and Professor at the Officers' Academy. I wonder if you bear a crest of your own. When next you have a moment to spare, I insist that you pay me a visit so we can delve into the subject further.
I'm Manuela. I'm a professor, a physician, a songstress, and available. It's nice to meet you.
Bruh.
I feel feel like I just got propositioned.
Bruh.
I'm over here.
You serious?
Oh my goodness. I had to throw that in there because I'm like, wait, what? Yo, what's up, Bahatit? What's up?
I look too pretty for that line of work, do I? But yes, when I'm not teaching, I can be found in the infirmary. If you're ever lonely, please do come and pay me a visit. I would love to.
You serious?
Oh my goodness.
Spare our colleague the needless chatter, Manuela.
I mean, is it safe to say she's a thought in a way? I mean, I know a lot of women in real life like that, so it's like, I mean, she looks like she probably an easy lay. If that's the case, I mean, you know, for the science of, for the purposes of research, you know, since she's a physician and I'm a scholar, you know, I need to take one for the team and do some research on her. I mean, yo, he straight got jealous. He's like, nah, this young blood ain't coming in trying to get done. That's mine. That mustache does tell me he's been there. She probably didn't. Oh my goodness.
Now then, it seems you'll be taking charge of one of the Academy's 3 houses. I expect you haven't yet been briefed on the nature of each, have you?
Do you really not know? Fine. I'll do you a favor and explain.
Dude, she got a camel toe as well? Oh my goodness.
The Officers' Academy is comprised of 3 houses of students, each of which is closely affiliated with its region of origin. The Black Eagle House is for students from the Adrestian Empire. Their house leader this year is Edelgard, the Imperial Princess, who is in line to be the next Emperor.
That's your side girl? Oh my goodness.
The Blue Lion House is for students from the Holy Kingdom of Fargus. Their house leader this year is Prince Dimitri. He is to be the next king of Fargus.
Lastly, there is the Golden Deer House, which is for students of the Leicester Alliance.
Wait, you can hook up with students in this one too?
Their house leader is Claude, grandson to Duke Regan, the leader of the Alliance.
Don't tell me Claude is hitting that.
To think that the next Emperor, King, and Sovereign Duke are all here. It certainly is a promising year for the Academy.
I'll say, I just hope none of those little treasures cause any trouble.
Quite. For now, I suggest taking a stroll around the Academy to get your bearings. And when you've a moment, please stop by my research laboratory.
The old man has a point. Oh, and keep in mind that I've only notified the house leaders that you're our new professor. It's more fun that way. I suggest you try spending time with the students. Some odd ducks in that bunch, but they're good kids. I'm sure Lady Rhea will have more information for you tomorrow, but that should get you going. Good luck. You'll need it.
Have you no intention of changing your mind, Rhea? Appointing a stranger, a child no less, as a professor at our esteemed academy is...
I have made my decision, Sedith. I know worrying comes naturally to you, but there is truly no need. That stranger is Gerald's flesh and blood, after all.
I can't say that's all too comforting. How trustworthy is this Gerald character? Is he not the man who went missing after the Great Fire 21 years ago? I would remind you that Flayn is now here with us as well. I beg of you, please consider whether this is an unnecessary risk.
Sedith, they have my trust. Let that be enough for you as well. More importantly, I have received a report from Shamir. I am increasingly concerned about a matter regarding our suspicious individual. We cannot ignore those who harbor ill will toward the church, especially if they are frequenting Garrick Mach.
So they've hit on you, offer to show you things, stuff to turn that down just like real life, but I'm sticking with the old ladies. Man, I'm all about the old ladies. Like, something about older women for me, love me an older woman. It's something, I mean, that can be a topic of discussion too. It's kind of interesting how, when it comes to women, how older and younger women have completely different approaches. And I've noticed a lot of younger girls, they think that sexy is slutty, and they don't understand that there is a very distinct difference between sexy and slutty. Whereas older women, I mean, not all older women, it's like not all younger women, but young, older women have like this characteristic to them where you're like, I'm really getting the goods, and they're about their own business. Younger girls, they kind of just throw shit all out there in your face, and it's like, there's nothing to the imagination. I like my mind being stimulated. I mean, don't get me wrong, I got nothing against a big titty bitch. I mean, a big titty woman, but or a curvaceous big titty, big ass, Coke bottle woman. But if you don't have anything that can captivate me mentally, or you can't keep me stimulated mentally, then you lost me already. And that's something that I just notice a lot of women, especially younger ones, they just think, oh, I'm gonna show my tits and my ass and all this other stuff, and it's like, okay, cool. But what else is going on with you? Because all that shit's gonna fade. Or typically, like, I've had this happen in a lot of relationships I've been in, where after a while I just get tired of the person, and I know it sounds fucked up to say, but I mean, it's true. I get tired of folks. And it's like, okay, I'm over it. What else you got? Miss Saturn, you say Ray is good, but she seems sus to you. I mean, yeah, it can be said about a lot of women. See, Simon, you say you prefer mature women. More than likely, you won't get messed around at peace. This is true. Yeah, I'm about to go into some deep territory here. I just say, man, when it comes to older women, some of the best sex I've ever had was with older women. Just saying, younger girls, the only thing they got going for them is their youth. But them older women, shit, they can teach you a thing or two. That's just me being completely transparent.
Yes, that matter is of great importance as well. I shall continue my investigation. Rhea, for now I will have faith that you are placing your trust with the utmost care. I pray that nothing occurs to shake that confidence.
Exactly, man. That's the thing. You know, and it's really hard because you got women that just don't understand it. Like these young girls just don't get it. They think that literally who they are is what they look like. Their whole thing. You know, and it's just constantly one thing after another with them. You know, they throw their tits in your face, they throw their ass in your face, and they over sexualize themselves. And it's just one of those things where you're like, that's cool, but what else is there going on with you? You know? And a lot of these young girls are incredibly shallow. There's like nothing going on with them beyond, they're very surface level. And I have this thing, and as you guys know, I'm married. But you know, I speak frankly and I speak candidly because that's just who I am as a person. And there are women that I can just look at and be like, man, you'd be so easy, I wouldn't even have to try. And especially, and this is always the young ones. I like the challenge of the chase, you know. And I know in this current society where it's everyone's super sensitive, you can't really approach women now like you used to because it's considered toxic male masculinity. But I enjoy a good chase, you know, chasing a woman, or letting her chase me, taking the time to get to figure out her, where she is mentally, emotionally, where she is trying to go, and going from there. You know, it's just an enjoyable thing for me. Usually I enjoy older women for the simple fact that they have their shit together and you don't have to like figure out what's going on with them, because typically with older women they put, I mean, what you see, a lot of what you see is what you're getting, but there's also stuff that you don't see that you can find out along the way, which is really, really cool. Yo, what's up, Abaddon? How's it going, man? I'm finally on this Fire Emblem. I had to buy it digitally because Amazon was playing games. I'm mad hungry. I got an interview I have to do in like an hour and a half. An hour and a half, or am I doing it at 6? I think it's at 5. If you guys have ever heard of the group YouTubers called Residents of Evil, they're like the go-to source for all Resident Evil news, interviews, and whatnot. I'm interviewing the entire team for Residents of Evil in like an hour and a half. Are there any allusions to like Marth in this game? Yeah, am I the only one that thinks of Kiba? Not Kiba, Wolverine when I see the dude with the short hair. Yo, she got hips. Old girl over here like,
bruh,
she thick. Yo, that's the other thing too, like when it comes to Resident Evil, I need to hop on that sale that's going on right now with all the games on the Switch. I'm gonna go ahead and buy OG OG 1, 0, and 4. They're $20 each. I got the space too. This SD card. I gotta show you guys like how much storage I have now. And I'm so glad I got this on a Prime Day. So I got 326 gigs out of my 1 terabyte card left. So I'm good on space. I'm still downloading games. Like this is still got this. So basically, I'm reinstalling all these games. So I should hopefully have about 200 gigs or so, maybe 300 gigs left over. And I had to get the Doom games. Fantasy Strike is a really good game you guys should definitely check out if you are interested in fighting games with a unique twist on it, like Street Fighter with some Smash Bros. Elements. I reviewed it earlier this year or last year? Last year I reviewed it, and it's come a long way since when I reviewed it.
I assume you are already aware that you will be teaching here at the Officers Academy, correct?
Yeah, speaking of which, how come we haven't gotten Duke?
To start, please speak with the 3 house leaders. You should also take a look around the academy and acquaint yourself with your new home. That is your first task here at the monastery. Please let me know if you accept it. Once you have finished, come and speak with me. May I ask a favor of you?
The 3 house leaders gather information about the students in the house. The students on their reception or officers academy.
Once you have finished.
So this right here is taken from Fire Emblem Echoes, I believe, right? She is some kind of thick. Curves though.
Ha! I imagine you were a bit surprised that I recommended you as a professor here.
Mr. Saturn, you say Xbox Game Pass is where I play my Resident Evil. Need to finish Shenmue. The game surprised the hell out of me with the schedule system. I need to get back on Shenmue before 3 drops. I'm behind on Shenmue. I need to pick up Judgment. I haven't played that game either. That's another game I need to add to my collection. I probably should go pick it up today. Simon Stevens, Swan Dash. Yeah, she was.
Frankly, we had someone else in mind for the role, but they ran off during our dust-up with the bandits. Can't entrust students to someone who's abandoned them once before, huh?
You saved the lives of the students you came across. That, at least, was admirable. Now you should make the rounds. Go around the monastery and see that you greet everyone.
Yeah, the Game Pass is a brilliant strategy. They really came with it. And with what is being offered from PlayStation Now, I can't.
So, you've accepted a teaching position here. Pity. I was hoping you would lend your strength to the Empire. I never properly introduced myself, did I? My name is Edelgard von Hresburg. I am the princess and heir apparent of the Adrestian Empire. I wonder if you'll be tasked with leading the Black Eagles. I hope you've had a chance to meet everyone. Would you like to know more about any of the Black Eagles? Me? Well, some think I'm a bit distant, arrogant even, but there's little to be done. One day I must rise to become Adrestia's next emperor. What else? Well, it seems to me that we may have similar personalities. Hubert is the heir of Marquis Vestra. He has served me since I was a child. You may think his blood runs a bit cold, but actually that's rather accurate. Still, if you can get past that, you'll see he's quite astute and reasonable. For some reason, he thinks of me as a bitter rival and is always trying to challenge me. It's terribly irritating. His house is that of Duke Ire, which produces Adrestia's prime ministers. That family is, perhaps, too pleased with its own status.
He said, Game Pass is broken as hell for me to many games to play, especially with rare replay. The backlog battle is real, bro. He said most PS3 games you can stream are cheap enough just to buy physical. In the long run, you save more money just picking up a PS3 and buying games that way and streaming on PlayStation Now. I mean, especially with his, you go into like GameStop, they're dirt cheap. I actually need to start building my PlayStation 3 collection. Mr. Saturn, what all consoles do you have? You have Switch and Xbox One?
He's remarkably intelligent, but he only wishes to apply himself to tasks that particularly interest him, and nothing else. He's also fond of, well, napping. If he had any work ethic or sense of duty to speak of, I suppose he would be destined to become an official of the Empire. He's the second son of Count Burgleys. He has no inheritance in his future, which is perhaps why he's always so eager to prove himself. He's overly energetic and rushes headfirst into any battle. If he ends up in your care, be sure to keep a close eye on him. She's Count Varley's only daughter. I suppose you could say she's a bit eccentric, but she seems like a gentle soul. I believe she's shut herself away in her quarters and doesn't care to leave, but don't worry, I'll make sure she finds her way to class.
I've seen Alice Returns and I've never picked it up because I literally I don't know anything about it. Like I don't know anyone playing it.
Few commoners have joined the Black Eagle House, but Dorothea is an exception. She's a songstress from a famous opera company in the Empire. I'm not entirely sure what brought her to the Officers' Academy.
You think though?
To the west of Foglin is an archipelago called Brigid. Petra is the granddaughter of their king. Brigid is a vassal state of the Empire, which is how she came to be enrolled here. She's incredibly smart and studious.
Hey. Yeah.
Pardon me.
Huh?
Greetings! You must be the new professor. What a pleasure. As for me, my job is to stand here at this glorious entrance and leisurely watch over the comings and goings of everyone. Make folks smile, you know? And by that, I mean to vigilantly guard this entrance with my very life. No levity whatsoever. As of now, nothing to report.
Yes.
Well, well, scored a teaching gig here, did you? Talk about a great first impression. I guess that means I'd better introduce myself properly. I'm Claude von Regan. I'm from the ruling house of the Leicester Alliance, but don't worry too much about all that madness. I'm guessing you don't know which class you'll be teaching yet, do you? I bet you'd like ours. We're not as difficult as the other two. Have you met the folks from the Golden Deer House yet? Care to know more about anyone? Piqued your interest, have I? As luck would have it, I'm pretty curious about you as well. But what's life without a bit of mystery? Let's just spend the next year or so learning about each other little by little. He's the heir of Gloucester territory. If you haven't already picked up on it, he's a bit arrogant and fancies himself a ladies' man. That said, deep down he's really devoted and honest. Though I wouldn't mind never hearing him talk about his noble obligations ever again. He comes from a merchant family, but his parents died in an accident. Seems like he's had a rough life. Despite all that, he's just about the most cheerful guy you'll ever meet. His passions are training, eating, and... actually, that's about it.
Yo, that shirt is too tight on that dude.
He's the second son of a merchant family. Since his brother will inherit the business, he's training to become a knight. If you ask me, it doesn't seem like he truly wants to be a knight. He's probably just doing it to please his parents. Lysithea is the daughter of Count Ordelia, and is probably the youngest student here. But watch out, she gets angry if you treat her like a child. As for me, I do it on purpose. You have to make your own fun in this place, you know? Marianne is Margrave Edmund's daughter, and that's pretty much all I know about her. She doesn't interact much with other students, so I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of folks here have never even heard her speak. Hilda is the only daughter of Duke Goneril. It seems her father and brother coddle her quite a bit. If you look up lazy in the dictionary, her picture won't be there because she never got around to submitting it. Not too unusual for a noble, I guess. Leonie enrolled because she wants to be a mercenary. I think she said that her father is a hunter. She's pretty blunt and as stingy as they come. A habitual saver, too. I think she's hoping to repay her village for helping to send her here.
Please accept my apologies for the other day. You came to our aid, yet I hadn't even the courtesy to properly introduce myself. I am Dimitri Alexandra Blathid, Crown Prince of the Holy Kingdom of Fargus. Of course, at the Academy, I am simply a student. And I've heard word that you are to become a professor here.
You mean like that question that they asked you at the beginning of the game? Like, I think I picked Claude's, but I wasn't sure, because it seemed like you had to pick something, or was there an option to not pick anything?
Delightful news. I still have much to learn, but I'm confident I could benefit greatly from your guidance. In any case, welcome to the monastery. I hear you're investigating the different houses here. Did any of the Blue Lions catch your attention? Me? Oh, please forgive me. It's difficult to open up on the spot, don't you think? I'm afraid my story has not been a pleasant one. I do hope that doesn't color your view of me, but I understand if that can't be helped.
Oh, before the game was released, like, no, I actually kept myself in the dark about this game. So, intentionally, because I just want to go in and be surprised on the spot, whatever pops up.
Me? Oh, I'm afraid... Hello. Dedu was born in Dusker, and has been loyally working in my service for the past 4 years. He's rather taciturn, but once you get to know him, you'll see he's a kind and good-natured young man.
Is it me or does he not look like the dude from Wolf's Rain? Like the hair, the facial structure, the earring. I can't be the only one that sees that.
Felix is the heir to House Fraldarius. He has a bit of a sharp tongue, but don't let that fool you. Deep down, he's a good guy. He gravitates toward people who are skilled. Perhaps you would enjoy a friendly competition with him sometime.
Oh, okay. That's the case. Which ones did you guys decide on?
He's the adoptive son of Lord Lenato of Castle Gaspar, but I hear he was born a commoner. He has an extremely earnest personality, so I'm certain he will approach your lectures with great enthusiasm. Sylvain is the heir to House Gautier. He is a capable person who highly values his friends. That said, well, he's always been a bit of a skirt chaser, so to speak. Pardon my bluntness. I speak with him about it often, but it doesn't seem to help.
I gotta record that.
I hear she was born to imperial nobility, but a twist of fate brought her to the kingdom. She may seem carefree on the surface, but she's actually a kind soul who pays careful attention to everyone around her. Annette is Baron Dominic's niece. She is a talented student who scored extremely high marks at the Royal School of Sorcery. She's cheerful and hardworking. Brilliant, really. Though she can be a bit oblivious at times. I hear she caused an explosion in the kitchen last night.
Do you guys like when I stream earlier like this on the weekends as opposed to like on the weekdays? I usually stream like late for most people in the mainland. Oh, you can buffer up to that level like Titania? Wow. Yeah, Mr. Saturn, how come you chose Golden Deer?
Ingrid is Count Galatia's daughter. She is also a childhood friend of Felix, Sylvain, and myself. She is diligent, industrious, and principled. In truth, she is more knightly than most knights you will ever meet.
I appreciate your effort.
Okay?
All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and save, and we'll pick this up. Probably Wednesday, because tomorrow I'm gonna try and finish up Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3. So that'll probably be the final stream for Ultimate Alliance, and then Wednesday we'll pick up this and go from there. I definitely want to thank you guys for coming through. Simon Stevens, thank you so much for coming through. Mr. Saturn, Uria, over on Twitch, Bahatit, for the time you were here, thank you for coming through. Cloudy, thank you for coming through, as well as Simply Chris. I believe it's everyone. Dave J, thank you guys for coming through. Abaddon, and with that being said, yeah, I appreciate you guys coming through. I appreciate you guys supporting the channel, everything I'm doing here, everything I'm trying to do, and yeah, more content to come along. So With that being said, catch you guys in the next one.